Hello there. Today we are going to talk about the lesson we can learn from Ukraine's invasion, causes of invasion of a country, and how we can avoid that in Nigeria. This is critical. I'm Dr. Nana. This is NMTV New York. Let's get started. My people, my friends, there are three known world military powers that are known worldwide. The world is currently dealing with the third in ranking concerning Ukraine. All right? This episode is not going to be about Ukraine, but we are going to learn from it. We're going to use Ukraine, what is happening there now, to learn a lesson for the Nigerian people, for Nigeria as a country. Okay? The world is currently dealing with the number 3 in the ranking concerning what? Ukraine. All right? Hello, people of Nigeria. Listen up. Our Nigerian leaders are currently selling the Nigerian future to the second power, the number 2 power. Like play. About a year ago, I did a program on this issue. Recall that I did a program on this issue about our leaders selling vast lands to foreigners. Please use your tongues to count your teeth and know what would happen if Nigeria versus this power, military, start thinking about that. Just start thinking about that Nigeria will have a military a problem with the second world power that is currently occupying so many places now in Nigeria. Our people talk, say, because I talk, say, for this my program, I will go to speak broken so that everybody could understand. Our people say, the word that is announced to person where not the waka well, where be cripple. If they announce, say, wahala they come, the person go begin run. He go begin do small the waka. Say that kind of work, nothing catch up with the cripple. Unless the cripple no hear words. Now the thing will catch up with her. So as Nigerians, we can stop this impending tsunami coming. Let's not end up like Ukraine. Even though Ukrainian does not deserve what is happening anyway, they do not deserve it. The world knows that. You know that, and I know it. But the invasion is happening anyway. While history showed that Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union, the Soviet Socialist Republic, from 1922 to 1991, before the Soviet Union collapsed. But Ukraine now is a country of its own, right? So why is the president of Russia doing what he's doing? Because he has military power and he has an interest in Ukraine. Please, my friends, listen. This is just a chronology I'm trying to explain here. This episode is not about Ukraine, it's about Nigeria. So you need to listen well. The reason Nigerian leaders, the youth of Nigeria, should take this, what I'm going to be talking here, put it into consideration. This is very, very important. What we're going to discuss here in this program today is very important. So you need to take it into consideration. Now, in the past, with Russia's economic power, they were able to install like a puppet leader, like a stooge. like a robot leader in Ukraine, because they were able to buy their way into the Ukrainians and have what? Political power. They have economic power and they have political power. Okay? So they were able to install somebody that they can control. However, the Ukrainians, the people of Ukraine, did not like that leader and voted for their democratic person they want. This is the reason why this war is going on, because the Russians want to come back and install a robot leader for them. All right? Now, in the case of Nigeria, it's a serious problem in making, but we can correct that, because as a researcher, we know that there are problems. All we try to do is to find the solutions. Okay? The foreigners now in Nigeria are gaining power through economic purchase of all this our vast land that the Nigerian leaders are selling. They are acquiring vast land, gaining their economic power by spending more money to buy all the vast lands in local places. And even some places in FCT, the foreigners are buying all the lands. And the Nigerian leaders are selling, the corrupt leaders we have in Nigeria, the corrupt local governments, chairmen, the corrupt rulers in all those villages and towns. They are selling Nigerian future. Now, when they possess the economic power of Nigeria, they will move to the political power. If they have all these lands and buy politicians with money, because Nigerians are corrupt, they are known for that. So they will be able to determine who will lead. At the end of the day, they will be able to install who they want, who will work for their foreign interest. And any day, anyone try to stop them, it becomes an issue. They will now descend on Nigerians with their military power to enforce what they want. Is that what we want in Nigeria? Is that what we want to do in Nigeria? So, the essence of this program today is that as Nigerians, we have to watch how we sell vast lands to foreigners. This topic is going to be a series until I see that the Nigerian leaders have started doing the right thing. This is to sound the alarm to our Nigerian leaders, to our corrupt politicians, the legislatures, the local leaders, the kings and queens. I talked about 1 year ago that they need to stop selling Nigerians' future to the foreigners before we become like the Ukrainians, even though they do not deserve it. The war is happening. Now, foreign countries do not just invade another country. There are 3 factors. There are factors causing that invasion. They don't just wake up and invade the country. 1 is economic interest. They will have economic interest in that country. 2, they have what? Political interest. After they acquire their economic interest, they will move to political interest. Right now, the foreigners in Nigeria, they are acquiring economic interest because there's an economic interest there. They are going to acquire economic power by purchasing all this vast land. We are going to play a video here that I played last year. I think it was a year ago, 2 years ago. I played that video, courtesy social media. We are going to play the video. Now, for that foreign country to protect their economic interests and political interest, they will do anything. This is what is happening in Ukraine right now and Russia. Okay? Do we want that to happen in Nigeria? Do we want that to happen in Nigeria? The three world power, number one is the United States, followed by China as number two. The number three is Russia. Okay? The reason for this episode is to remind Nigerian youths, you, all of you that are agreeing to be used as omenile, as agberus. This episode is to open your mind and the leaders in all space in Nigeria that all that glitters is not gold. All that glitters is not gold. Let me start by refreshing all of you your memories of events within Nigeria. I think as Nigerians, you hear about Onitsha, right? Many people hear about Onitsha town in Anambra State. Onitsha is popularly known for the markets. Growing up, my mother used to talk about Onitsha markets. Many people also know Asaba and Ogwashuku. History reveals that Onitsha and Asaba used to be the same kind of people with common interests, but just separated by the known bridge, that Onitsha bridge. Right? Now listen to the real message here. The real cocoa here is that the gbege here is that Onitsha people started selling their lands to outsiders because of what? Greed. Ego. They started selling their lands because of greed. And Asaba refused to sell their lands to who? To outsiders. Now, where is Onitsha culture today? Who is talking about Onitsha culture? It's in the winds. Because Onitsha is now a melting pot of many cultures. The Onitsha's voices you cannot hear. The Obi of Onitsha is just like any other kind of chief. Okay? But the Asaba, you can still, when they measure Asaba, because they refused to sell their land, they kept their culture. Okay? History recorded it. And today, that the Asaba, they are not selling their lands to outsiders. Asaba retain their culture. Many people will still talk about the Asaba of Asaba today with respect and dignity. And Asaba is developing fast without selling their lands and making those monies like the Onitsha people did, right? Onitsha now cannot develop. They cannot develop because Onitsha is now a confluence of confusion. This is just an example within Nigeria. So today, which would you rather want to associate with? Would you want to be associated with Onitsha or you want to be with Asaba? You will decide that for yourself. One would rather prefer to associate with what? Asaba, because it's arranged. They have their culture intact. You can go to Onitsha yourself and see what is happening there. So Nigerian leaders, we need to stop selling our lands, our vast lands, to the foreigners. The Nigerian youth, it is your call to elect leaders that will preserve Nigeria, that will preserve our culture, that will preserve our resources, not the greedy people. And you should not be bought because you are selling your future. You're selling your future and your children's future. If we continue to sell vast lands in Nigeria to foreigners, this is an impending doom, and we need to start thinking about that. Okay? Nigerian politicians, Nigerian youths, local leaders, king and queens, watch the way you are selling the vast
Aliu àti Ọláìyá ẹ̀ńlá sọ̀rọ̀ so a lè ẹ̀ńlá sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn adárúkọ rin so yẹn wá sọ pé yẹn adárúkọ rin kókó oníire pé kan gbà yẹn.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ gbà mí o, oko mi lélẹ́yìí o, wọ́n ti bà gbogbo ẹ̀ jẹ́ pátápátá, kò sí kankan tó kù bẹ́ẹ̀ pátápátá, àti ọ̀pẹ àti kòkó àti obì àti ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀, gbogbo ẹ̀ wọ́n ti bà gbogbo ẹ̀ jẹ́ o. Àwọn China ni wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ pé láti palace ni wọ́n ti wá,
Palace ibo?
Palace Ifẹ̀ ni wọ́n ti wá, pé kábíyèsí pé ó ti gba òbítíbitì owó, pé wọ́n ti fún ní wọ́n ò dẹ̀ inform anybody, wọ́n ti bà tiwa jẹ́ o. Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ tá gbójúlé òun náà ti bàjẹ́. Òdì kejì náà níbi tí a dúró sí báyìí, ibi tá a dúró sí wọ́n máa wú gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ báyìí lọ́kọ̀ òdì kejì, wọ́n á tú gbogbo òkè yìí, wọ́n á tú gbogbo ẹ̀ báyìí, wọ́n á wú gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ. So kò sí kankan tó kù fún amọ́ wa àdèlè jalè, iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ là ń ṣe.
Like I said, the Onitsha people and leaders allowed money power to control their future. And now, what do you have? Their future is being controlled by money, and their obi is now reduced to just an ordinary chief. Nigerian youths, listen and listen good. Go to your local leaders, your councillors, your local government chairman, your representative, governors, senators, and to the presidency. You need to ask for a policy that will prevent foreigners to be able to buy vast lands. I'm not sure you are ready to die for Nigeria, because I know for sure that because you don't feel good in Nigeria, there's no hope, which we are telling you guys on how to do it, how to have hope for yourself. This is the way to do it. The Ukrainians are ready to die for their country because they believe in their country. I don't know who believes in Nigeria that want to die for Nigeria right now. To prevent all of this, go to all these people and demand that the policy has to be made. It shouldn't always be about money. It shouldn't always have to be the money, the few we gain. You see all these people they call the Russian oligarchs. They are the one taking control of the economy of that place, so having all the monies. These are the kind of people we have in Nigeria. So you need to go now and demand that foreigners should stop buying vast lands in Nigeria. When foreigners come and become citizens, they can partner with the indigenes and have businesses. It's not to come and buy all the vast lands. So we need policy to change that, okay? We also need policy to stop Nigerian banks from loaning money to foreigners until they become citizens and integrate into the system. There's something like that going on now in Ghana. There are some things you as a foreigner cannot buy. It doesn't always have to be about money. So the Nigerian youth, I'm charging you now to go and begin to demand for all this policy change. If you want to have a future of Nigeria for yourself and for your children and for our generation to come, you don't want Nigerian story to be, the history to be rewritten, to be wiped out. Because I'm not sure you are ready to die for Nigeria. So we can stop that now. As Nigerians, you will have no say if all the vast land and its resources have been sold to foreigners. Yes, you will have no say then, legally. And expecting that after they have purchased all these lands, you want to be patriotic at that time, they will crush you. So we can stop it now. Okay? We can stop it right now. You have to demand your local leader to stop selling those lands. It's important because it is the future of Nigeria they are selling. That means they are asking for invasion. Remember the story of Rhodesia. The Rhodesia, that's the Zimbabwe. They were called the Rhodesia before. Remember the fight Mugabe had to fight to send out the foreigners, even though it was legally wrong, because those foreigners had bought all those lands. But he had to do what he did, which was wrong, right? We don't need to get to that. The Nigerian leaders need to stop selling the future of Nigeria. And youths, you need to rise. Demand accountabilities from your leaders. Stop collecting budget. Stop to they collect budget. How I go come take talk una? Take talk to na. How do I speak that English stuff? How I go come take they talk to na? Stop to they collect budget. It's not only about money. Look at what is happening in Ukraine. That's a lesson for you to learn that you cannot allow foreigners to invade your country. But if they have interest and they have more power than you, they will do it. So the second world power is the one that is in Nigeria right now. And you people are selling vast lands to them. We need to stop. We need foreign investors, but we didn't want them to come and buy all our lands. We need to stop. Nigerian corrupt politicians, you need to stop. Nigerian government, you need to stop. You need to stop selling vast lands. We encourage foreigners. Here in the US, if you don't have a stay, you cannot buy a house. Period. This is a developed country. And yet, if you do not have a stay, you cannot buy a house, no matter how much you have. They don't care. So why are you selling our vast lands to foreigners? What is wrong with you people? And the banks have to stop loaning foreigners money. You need to stop. There needs to be a cap. You need to stop. You have to loan money to Nigerians so that they can do business. It's not always about budget. All this budget one that they collect. It's wrong. Nigeria is not moving. Take for instance the Onitsha and the Asaba that I just showed you. And look at what is happening in the world. It's democracy versus autocracy. So this power that you are allowing in Nigeria now, selling all this vast land, if they descend on you with the military power, they go wreck all of now. So we need to stop. Why we want them to come in, we want them to integrate into the system and do business with Nigerians. Not to buy our vast lands and turn it to their own. Do you understand? The Nigerian youth need to stand up. Ask your local leaders to stop selling vast land. The kings and the queens, the governors, the legislatures, the senators. You need to demand that they stop selling our vast land to foreigners. This is going to be a series. If you remember of the Rhodesia problem, you will know that this is an impending doom, a tsunami that will happen. The Ukrainians are going home to go and fight for their lands. I don't know which Nigerian will be comfortable somewhere that want to go home and die. So we don't want to do that. I watched a CNN program where they actually interviewed a tennis star who is comfortable somewhere in another country with his family. He went back to Ukraine. They want to go and fight. Look at the way their president is fighting. Who is going to fight for Nigeria? I'm sure the first people that will jump plane and pay times how many million to even get out of Nigeria will be all those your politicians that are selling the land now. Okay? They will be on the line to run. So you are going to fight a war that you didn't deserve, a war that you are not supposed to fight, money that you do not eat. This is the time to stop the corrupt politicians, the corrupt local leaders from selling our vast land to foreigners, because they are selling the future of Nigeria and they are selling everything about Nigeria. And this has to stop. This is going to be a series until we start to see changes. I hope I have spoken to leaders and Nigerians in general today. Also the youths. Stop being omonile, please. This is your job. Go and demand all this accountability. And Nigeria will become better. Okay? We will continue from this. I will be back to continue this series. And thank you all for watching. Bye for now.